Who's that? Jose Ariano?
Not even here.
Jose? Hey, I don't know if you guys seen our webpage, but Jose Ariano's featured for voting in Spanish or something. Voto or vota. Sí, pues, yeah. Me too, dog. I'm all saying voto. Vota, yeah. You did a great job. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So today I want to talk about leadership and the importance of being around great leaders and what a leader is to me, and seeing leaders, you know, and seeing one another and seeing the leadership in each other. So yesterday we had this class that sprang up. Richard Cabral came, stepped up, talked to Hex, and they put this class together. And we were in a room full of dudes that had come from the same communities we came from, but have found a way to like strive and endure and persevere to make it up out of their circumstances. We had construction workers in there. We had homies that worked for the county that started off sweeping the building and eventually bumped their way up, made their way up to be like a manager of departments. We had homies that are acting, that are in the movie industry now. We had cats that are in the music industry. We had Hector in there who's doing what he's doing as far as re-entry goes, coming from the communities that we come from. And I looked around the room and I seen the other homies too that are leaders as well. I seen our trainees in there. I seen a good handful of trainees in there who have stepped up to the plate and walked through the doors here, regardless of how many of their homeboys have said, you know what, like don't go there, you know. This is where you need to be at on a daily basis. This is where we need you the most at. They stepped up and they were leaders and they were in there, and I seen them paying attention. I seen them being motivated, and it motivated me and it inspired me to step my game up. You know, it gave me purpose. And I think so when I came through these doors, the leaders that were here was Hector Verdugo, was Fabian Devora, was Robert Juarez, Luis Perez, Shirley Torres, Father Greg himself, and I was able to see like what it takes to be a leader, you know, what it takes to be available. And day in and day out, they were here. They suited up, they showed up. When someone was going through something, they were available to them. And I used to look at them, and I always talk about, I used to see like, how are these dudes doing that? You know, because I was so consumed with what was going on in my neighborhood. I was so consumed with just getting to work and not being in an argument with my lady and not being able to deal with certain things like that. And I looked at them and I spent more time with them. And the more time that I spent with them, I realized that they go through the same stuff that I go through. You know, but they step up to the plate every day and they show up and they're available and they give of themselves. And I think that was the difference for me in the beginning, is I was more on the selfish trip where I was like, man, I need to get fixed. Like, I need to get fixed. I need to have this in my life. I need to get a car. I need to make this much money. And when all that stuff comes together, I'm going to be all right and I'm going to be okay. But that wasn't the case, and that's still not the case for me today. The thing about it is every day I go through something, you know, every day I'm challenged with something. And I think like what helps me the most is when I'm able to give of myself. When I'm able to say, you know what, regardless of what I'm going through, let me help whoever's in front of me. And that has changed my life, you know. That has honestly impacted my life to where I have a life, and it sounds crazy and people might not believe this, but I have a life beyond my wildest dreams today. And that's based on what I'm able to do for others. So all my experiences, trauma that, you know, quote unquote trauma that I've been through, the bad life, quote unquote, that I was brought up in, I utilize that today. I utilize all those experiences, and even the experiences that I go through today, like even the ones up until this morning that I go through, I use those experiences so that I'm able to help somebody else. And that's what I see in the people that are here at Homeboy Industries. G talks about this equalness. Like a leader to me is not this, is like, hey, go and do that and go and do this and I'll make this happen, but I'm going to sit back and just watch it go down. A leader is being mutual with another person and walking with that person. To me, that's what it is, because that's what the homies did for me when I came here. You know, growing up, we had this sense of like the biggest, baddest dude in the backyard is going to be the one to lead us. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case here. The case here is that we walk together through our struggles, our circumstances, and whatever it is, like we're here for one another. And that's why I love this place so much, because it has taught me the true meaning of being a leader. And I see it in all the homies here. Like, we're all here for a reason. We all walk through these doors, and every person that walked through these doors to me is a leader, because it took a lot for you to say, man, today I could be on the block right now. I could pick something up and flip that. But no, you know what? I'm gonna be set apart today, and I'm gonna go to Homeboy Industries, and I'm gonna make an impact on not only on my own life, but on somebody else's life. And that's important that we do that. And for each and every one of us in this building, I think that's important that we see that. You know, and we have this saying that each one teach one, and we can learn from one another. And I think as we go into our day, so my thought of the day is like, let's see each other. Let's see the importance of being a leader. And a leader could just be the person that picks up the dustpan and the broom and say, you know what, I'm gonna get that because I've seen 3 or 4 homies, you know, pass that by. But I'm gonna make sure this place is clean. Because when I came in, that's what it was. We had this thing when we used to do our tours. We used to tell the people that would come here and visit us, we used to say, we have the cleanest building in all of Los Angeles. Because we took pride in cleaning our restrooms. We took pride in cleaning our windows. That's when Victor would show me how to do the tours, and he would say, look, you go into our restrooms, we have the cleanest restrooms in all of Los Angeles because homies were stepping up and they were being leaders. I'm not going to leave the restroom dirty for the next person to come in and see it like that. I'm going to leave the restroom better when I come in than when it was before I came in. And I think that goes for everything that we do here, you know, not just the restrooms, but the people that we encounter in front of us. I want to leave this situation better when I leave it than when I came to it. And that goes for the relationships that we build. And I just want to encourage everybody in here to see each other as the leaders that they are, that you are, and see yourself as a leader, and just continue to lead and make this organization great and continue to do what we do here. And that's just, you know, walking with each other. And I thank you guys for letting me share my thought of the day.